kidding me?
Sunny Queensland. Perfect one day, pandemic the next. In these uncertain times, this bastion of old-fashioned Australiana has become the nation's North Star. A reminder of all that was true blue and ridgy-dig about this here land down under. Nothing screams Queenslander more than surfing, the crown jewel of which is Burleigh Heads.
Billabong and the Burleigh Boardriders present the greatest surfing contest in the world, the Burleigh Single Fin Festival for single fins.
The Burleigh Single Fin is steeped in history and prestige, in triumph and heartbreak, in legend and folklore. Desperate to reclaim the true essence of surfing, the event has gone on to become the only comp worth a pinch of shit in any champion's career. So much so that the question has to be asked, can you really consider yourself a world champion if you haven't won the Burleigh Single Fin?
Out of all the other events, I'll take this event over winning a 6-star prime or whatever they are, a 6,000. I'll take this event all day.
Competitors in the single fin are required to ride boards shaped pre-1985. Not these new fandangled fancy models, but genuine under-the-house backshed waterlogged dinosaurs. And what a welcome return to the fundamentals this contest presents, as we reconnect with one of the all-time great moments in surfing history.
It was on this famous right-hand point break where surfing went from being just another 70s fad, like hula hooping, yo-yos and smoking heroin, to a legitimate future Olympic sport, alongside badminton and synchronised swimming. And it was out here, across these very rocks, that the great Michael Peterson came in victorious, having defeated Mark Richards to usher in a new dawn of professional surfing. I'll tell you what, there's so much history on this fabled point, you can almost taste it.
Even a blind mole rat can see that the wave riding performed during this hot summer weekend at Burleigh is superior in almost every way to anything being offered up on the flippy-flappy World Surfing Tour. Indeed, this is surfing with more style than David Bowie, more soul than James Brown, and more swagger than Mick Jagger. When compared to the lines drawn on single fins, the so-called evolution of surfboard design that followed can only be described as nothing more than a sad and desperate joke. Surely then, based on the undisputable greatness of MP's performance in the Stubbies of '77, it has to be declared that single fins are the greatest surfboard design in the history of inventions.
We're here at Burleigh Point where it all began. And I just wanted to ask you, are single fins the superior and best ever surfboards?
No.
No.
Oh, without a doubt, mate.
Whoa. I don't even want to go there with that one. Ooh. Nah, because that's controversy here, right there.
Fuck yeah, they are.
I wouldn't go greatest.
Yes, the best.
Absolutely. At the time, the best? Yes. Yes, absolutely.
I think so.
Single fins, best surfboards ever made?
No, best surf contest ever had, worst surfboards ever made.
Dirty Dingo Morrison, are single fins the best surfboards in the world?
Well, they're probably one of the most ancient. It's kind of evolved a little bit, but I mean, it's fun to ride them. It's a different way to surf. You really have to kind of...
While we couldn't deliver a definitive answer on land, in the water, the early rounds of the Burleigh Single Fin provided undisputed proof that singles are indeed the big papa sleds of the seven seas. Here's Burleigh's very own Liam O'Brien. Wave to your fans, Lobby. Great hair, mate. And Gowrie local Harley Walters surfed in the ever-popular Grommets division. While Big Brother Dakota shamed himself and his family by trying new school tricks on vintage foam. Not on our watch, mate. A guy with an unfortunate nickname landed a mean floater. backed it up with chili and mayo. Here comes Golden Globe nominee for his 1990s Pulse surf films, Justin Gain. Solid extender float into the trench, the whole trench, and nothing but the trench by Tezu Harrison. DJ Paul Fisher was so hot in the early rounds, he had to take a shower. In slow motion, when Bruce turned heads early as one to watch, with a series of searing lacerations, while Narrabene's Cooper Chapman made a big statement with this cranky larynx. You can always rely on Matty to get the job done. A fine purveyor of surfacing in anyone's language. Don't look now, it's a surprise appearance by 2019 World Champ Italo Fajira. Surfing this one switchfoot. Only joking, it's actually Burleigh's very own Neil Nicotine Nicholas finding some shade. Yes, it was a remarkable opening day of surfing, but one must wonder where we may be now had things taken a different turn from that first man-on-man event in 1977. Vaughan Tedley investigates.
Although progressive surfing was the big winner at the 76 Stubbies here at Burleigh, it's clear that within 3 years surfing had completely lost its way. A young upstart from Newcastle named Mark Richards took it upon himself to add another fin to the surfboard. And then Simon Anderson, a young bloke from Sydney, put another fin on a surfboard, which every world champion from Tom Carroll to Italo Ferrer has ridden to paperweight world title since.
4 decades on from their perverse design mutations, surely the question must now be asked. Should Mark Richards and Simon Anderson be punished for their crimes against single fins?
Yes, basically yes.
I'm backing it, mate. That's yeah.
They wreck surfing, mate. They wreck surfing.
They did. They've ruined surfing.
I think, it definitely is.
Punish them, right?
Yeah, but fuck them.
Oh, mate, you can't have that on your phone.
Simon Anderson should go to jail for inventing such a fast surfboard.
With impeccable manoeuvrability and superior tube riding.
Yeah.
Simon definitely not, mate. He finally built a surfboard to actually go where you want to go instead of getting told where you got to go by the boards.
I have to say no.
Mate. Why do you reckon MR and Simon took it upon themselves to ruin surfing?
They were really good surfers and they could do what they want.
While the jury remains out on how to impeach Simon and MR, Day 2 action sees the single fin reach new levels of absurd shreddery. Former champ Anthony Poles giving this wave what 4 and what 5 to boot. While 2-time event champion Les Parko rips the boot into this one like a sleeping dog on his front porch. Here's a former Australian champion, Micah Magoo Margison. Zah! And look out, Burleigh locals. Cooper Chapman isn't here for the tacos at Montezuma's. Former event champion Timothy Stoyle turns head with impressive style. But it's Grammy Award nominee DJ Paul Fisher who scores the wave of the quarters. A massive 9.5 for this piece of mastery, but surely sits alongside his performances at Coachella and Glastonbury as career highlight. Aussie surf coach Tim McDonald, wah! While evergreen favourite Brendan Margot Margison drizzles some jus on this fillet steak. The semis finish with a huge upset, DJ Fisher eliminating his old foe Les Parko to book a place in the big dance. As we break for the final, Smivvy hits the point with some hard-hitting questions.
When Mark Richards wheeled out the twin fin way back in '77, he confined the humble single fin to the annals of history. He also opened a Pandora's box that only recently reached its endpoint in the form of toe-in fucking hydrofoiling. Today, we find out whether there's a way to stuff some of those back in their box. We find out if we can make surfing great again.
The world, it's a fucking mess. Crazed seppos running riot, poisonous fucking pangolins running amok, toe-in hydrofoiling and surfboards shaped on a computer in Chiang Mai by some bloke called Sirapon Renapatana. What kind of future have you left the children, boy?
Fuck, I tried to do the best, but look what fucking happened.
If Hoy can't save surfing, then who can? Maybe a bloke with a heaps filthy rat.
Yes. Are you the second coming?
Yes.
Are you here to make surfing great again?
Yes, I am, mate.
Are you here to make surfing great again, Lungy?
Surfing is great.
Are you here to make surfing great again?
I'm just fucking trying to get to my feet, cunt.
Perhaps the solution to all of our problems is to simply ride vintage surf craft and not give a shit.
You wouldn't even know whatever's going on in the world. We're just back on the single fins and ripping in.
Well said. And this year's final was as hotly contested as any in surfing history, featuring core lords, former pros, music stars, and a young Mark Richards lookalike. In front of a solid, COVID-responsible crowd, it was Josh Douthwaite who drew first blood. Fisher came out of the gates with an 8.5 and the claim of the contest. While Lobby added some flair to go with that hair, yeah. Surfing in his 19th consecutive final, Jay Bottle Thompson opened with typical style and flow, but as time ticked down, it was all eyes on Fish, Cooper, and the underdog, Quinn Bruce. Fish fails to find a backup score. Cooper throws everything at it, even untying his man bun. But it's Snapper Rock's hard man, Quinn Bruce, who steals the lollies from his highly fancied rivals to earn his place in the pantheon of greats. Well done, Quinny. Congratulations, Burleigh Boardriders. Yeah, the Billabong. And up the Swellians.
Mate, who's got more soul, do you think? Jerry Lopez or James Brown?
I don't even know who James Brown is.
Muppet.